One evening in 1982, a group of kids is enjoying themselves at Freddy's Pizzeria. A young girl named Charlotte is sitting all alone, staring at the stage. She is waiting for the trap door to open so she can be the first one to see the animatronics come out. A blonde girl sits next to her and invites her to her table. But Charlotte refuses and says that the other girls don't want her. Her only friend is the animatronics, and she can only rely on them. The girl still manages to convince her to sit with them. She joins them, but suddenly sees one of the animatronics kidnap a boy. She immediately runs to alert the adults, but no one believes her. Having no other option, she goes there alone. She sees the animatronics is actually William. She sees the boys lying unconscious and hides behind a counter. She tries to be stealthy and carry the boy outside, but William has already spotted her and takes out a knife. He walks behind her as she tries her level best to carry the boy out. She finally reaches the stage and screams. Everyone looks at her as she collapses on the stage. There are multiple stab marks on her back, and she dies right there. Suddenly, the trap opens, and her body goes down. But it starts to come up soon with the animatronic marionette carrying her corpse. The authorities claim that it was simply an accident as she went to the restricted section. The cops soon close the case and bury it. Vanessa gets up from her nightmare. Mike is calling her and asks if she is having the same nightmares. She says yes, but she is trying her level best to get past it. Abby comes there and eavesdrops to their conversation. Mike asks if they are still meeting for dinner, and Vanessa replies positively. After he hangs up, Abby asks him if he has kissed her yet. Mike says no, and that they are just friends. Abby says that friends do not go on a date, but Mike asserts that it's not a date. She is leaving for school when Mike's friend Jeremiah shows up to help him paint the house. Jeremiah mentions that after witnessing everything, Mike's aunt went to an asylum, having lost her mind. But Mike says that he is trying to move on and start fresh. Abby, on the other hand, tells the story to everyone to gain an audience. She also mentions that William dies after the contraptions inside the suit crushed him. One of her friends asks if she is ever going to go back to Freddy's. She says that she wants to, but none of her friends are there anymore, and Mike wouldn't allow her to do so. The kids are attending Mr. Bird's class. He says that animatronics is a farce and the rumors that go around about Freddy are a lie. He mentions that there is a science fair this weekend and everyone must participate or he will fail them in the exam. Abby tries to work on her project but fails miserably. Berg says that she can opt out as she has no skill for it. Her friends say that she should check on her friends sometimes, and if she wanted she can fix them as well. In the evening, Mike asks for help from Abby to knot his tie. He leaves her some pizza money and asks her to stay put. She asks if she can visit the cafeteria and meet her friend. Mike says that they are broken. One day, he will fix them, but till then, she must never set foot in that place. She turns to the TV to watch a horror podcast hosted by a girl named Lisa. He reaches the restaurant, and after some time Vanessa joins him as well. He asks her about how she's coping, and she says that she has indulged in some new activities and made some new friends. Mike says Abby is still obsessing over her friends. Vanessa suggests that he shouldn't lie to her about fixing the robots because, at the end of the day, it will break her heart. She then mentions that she is still having her nightmares. Mike suggests that she should try to fight the demons in her dreams just the way he did. Mike gets back home and looks for Abby, but there is no sign of her. He then finds a note saying that she went back to the pizzeria. She is sitting inside the place, but there is no sign of her friends. Mike gets there, and she asks him about her friends. He says that after the explosion, there were no pieces left, but he never told her the truth since he didn't want to break her heart. He says that they should look for something so that she can keep it as a memory. Just then, her eyes get stuck on a past talker. She says that's what she is going to keep. Before leaving, Mike notices a flyer about Freddy and keeps it. Lisa is headed towards the original pizzeria where it all happened in 1982 with her entire team. Alex asks about how they can get in, and Lisa says that there is a security guard named Michael who is going to help them. They start to shoot, but suddenly get scared by Michael, who appears out of nowhere. He is super creepy, but they still go inside the place and start to record everything. Lisa's eyes get stuck on a picture of a marionette. Michael says that marionette used wireless signals to control the other animatronics. Lisa finds the 3 animatronics standing there, but Foxy is missing. Michael says that Foxy was a part of an experiment, but they could never fix her again. Lisa suddenly hears music coming from somewhere, but no one else can hear it. Michael says that this palace can play tricks on people's minds, so they should ignore it. They decide to go on, but Lisa says that she is going to spend some time there. Rob is in the basement when a motion detector picks up some movement. He tries to check it but loses his balance and falls into a water pit. Alex is in another room with Michael, and he says that this episode is going to blow up. Lisa, on the other hand, follows the music and reaches another room. She finds a giant gift box inside. The voice is coming from an old music box, and she shuts it. She hears some strange noises coming from a box, but just then it starts to open. Suddenly Marionette comes out of there and lunges at her. Alex hears her scream, and Michael starts to laugh menacingly. Suddenly, an animatronic grabs Alex by the neck and finishes him off. Rob is in the sewer when he suddenly notices a marionette fall inside. Suddenly, hundreds of them drag him down and finish him as well. Michael walks towards the room where Lisa was. He finds her struggling against the animatronics, but she eventually loses. She then gets possessed by a marionette and runs after Michael. He somehow manages to save his life and runs away from there. The next morning, Abby tries to work on her project, but fails miserably. She says that she is missing her friends and tries to talk to them through Past Talker. Mike watches everything, but doesn't intervene. Vanessa is in her gym when she suddenly sees her dad, but there actually isn't anyone. She keeps hallucinating and runs away. She is in the changing room when someone comes from behind, and she aims her gun only to find it's her friend. Vanessa goes back to her home and takes out her toys. She decides to listen to Mike and falls asleep. She wakes up in her dream and confronts her father. He starts to charge towards her, and she runs away from there. She says that she is leaving and will never see him again, but William says that he raised her to be a monster like her, and she will follow through with that. He then takes out a knife, and she hides inside her childhood bedroom. She goes inside the closet and finds another animatronic standing there. Just then, her father grabs her and says that she will always be his. He tries to run behind her, but she soon grabs her gun and shoots him. Before dying, he says again that she will always be his, and she finally wakes up. Abby is sleeping at night when the Past Talker starts to talk. She hears Chica's voice and runs towards it. Chica says that she needs her help and asks Abby to rescue her. Abby finds Mike sound asleep and leaves the house. She follows Chica's instructions and reaches the original pizzeria. She gets in and calls for her friends, but no one replies. Just then Chica comes out of there, and Abby runs to hug her. She notices that Chica looks completely different, and her behavior has changed as well, but doesn't question it. Chica says that she needs Abby's help to escape this place, and Abby promises to do so. The next morning, Vanessa goes to Mike's house, but finds no one there. She finds the Past Talker in Abby's room, and she scares her from behind. Abby says that Mike went to get breakfast. She then shows Vanessa her science fair project and says that Freddy and Chica helped her make it. Vanessa is baffled, and Abby says that she went to their old house last night, and they helped her there. Just then Mike gets back home, and Abby shows him a drawing of a river ride she just made. Vanessa comes there and says that they need to talk alone. Mike shows her the flyer and says that he called the number. But Vanessa cuts him off and says that Abby went to meet the animatronics. Mike says that she is just a little girl who's imagining things, but Vanessa needs to let things go. He then says that he called the number on the flyer, and Charlotte's father picked up. He even revealed that Vanessa used to be Charlotte's best friend. He is upset that Vanessa hid it from him. They get into an argument, and she leaves from there. On the day of the science fair, Mike drops Abby to the school and says that he needs to leave for some work, but will be back soon. Vanessa goes to the old pizzeria to do her own investigation. She finds the music box broken, and Charlotte has escaped. Vanessa calls Charlotte, and she answers. Vanessa says that Charlotte wants to hurt other people, but she can't let it happen. Vanessa says that she has created a perimeter lock, and none of the animatronics can leave from there, including her. But Charlotte says that she has someone else right now who will help her, and if Vanessa doesn't want to get hurt, she should stay out of her way. Suddenly, a possessed Lisa lunges at her from behind. Abby goes to the fair, excited, but that's when Berg shows up. He says that she shouldn't have shown up, as she is an embarrassment. She says that she was able to create a mini robot. Berg takes it and breaks it, saying it was just by accident. Abby is heartbroken and runs away from there. She immediately goes to the pizzeria and hugs Chica. She tells her everything, and Chica says that she will be her science project. But before that, she needs her help to escape. She says that there is a secret code that is stopping her from leaving the diner, and Abby needs to just enter it. Abby agrees happily. Vanessa is held hostage by Charlotte and asks her for the code. She refuses at first, but Charlotte threatens to kill Abby. Having no other way, she gives it away, and Abby uses it to free all the other animatronics. Chica then takes Abby gets on a cab to reach the fair. Mike goes to meet Charlotte's father, Henry. He says that he has been trying to solve his daughter's murder case, but he found himself reaching a dead end. He says that authorities try to play it off as an accident, but he always knew that it was murder that went on to kill all the other kids. Mike suddenly notices the image of a river ride that Abby drew and asks Henry about it. He says that the original pizzeria had this ride, and it was Charlotte's favorite. He immediately calls her school, but finds that she has left the premises. He figures that she must have gone to that pizzeria and gets ready to leave. Just then, Henry hands him a music box and says that it was Charlotte's favorite and it might help him. He reaches the pizzeria, but finds it locked. He breaks through the basement and gets inside. He finds all the original broken animatronics sitting there. He passes by without noticing Lisa's dead body lying there. At the science fair project, Bird notices a commotion and goes to check. He finds Abby with Chica, who introduces her as her project. He accuses her of lying and dressing someone as a robot. He storms off, and Chica says that she will have a conversation with him to figure what's inside his head. Bird goes to the restricted section to kick all the kids out. He suddenly feels someone's presence and starts to look through the passages. He hears a noise coming from behind door and tries to listen to it. Suddenly Chica breaks a glass and drags him inside. He tries to run, and she follows him by stating that she should have been nicer to Abby. She then picks him up and says that she wants to see what's going on inside his head and smashes it. Mike goes to the pizzeria to look for Abby and hears a banging noise coming from a locker. He opens it and finds Vanessa inside. She says that Abby left with the prototypes and Charlotte is controlling them. Abby is in danger and they need to help her out. She says that they need to go to the control room via the basement. She tells Mike that Charlotte is controlling the marionette and using all the prototypes to wreak havoc. After she died, her soul was stuck inside the control room. She says that the music box was the one thing keeping her locked, but Lisa broke it and she became free. Mike accidentally falls into the water. One animatronic starts to follow him, but he manages to run away. They reach the room, and Vanessa tries to track the animatronic down. She says that the marionette needs a body to operate, and her next target is Abby. There are 4 animatronics, but they have no idea which one is with Abby. She says that if they can start the perimeter again, they'll be able to track the animatronics. Mike says that he will try to work the perimeters again. Meanwhile, Vanessa should go and try to look for Abby. Abby wins the competition with Chica's help. Mike tries to use the perimeter and shuts her down. But Chica overrides the orders and activates all the other prototypes. Mike manages to track one of them down and tells Vanessa about it. A man is working in his garage when one of the prototypes shows up there. Another prototype shows up at a little girl's house. While working, Mike also feels someone's presence there, but can't seem to find anyone. While driving, Vanessa gets attacked by another one and loses control. She crashes her car but still gets attacked by it. But before it can do something, she drives away from there. The man is in his house with his wife when suddenly the animatronics attack them. Vanessa gets attacked by the other one again. Before it can kill the couple, Vanessa crashes the car into their house, and it destroys both the robots. She asks the couple to secure themselves inside the house. Mike's working when one animatronic shows up there. Mike takes a teddy face, and it works as the robot can't determine Mike as a threat. The other animatronic goes to the kid and says that they should ask her mother for permission so that they can play a while longer. Mike gets attacked by another robot, but this time he breaks its neck and shuts it off. But soon more and more of them appear out of nowhere, leaving him stranded. The other animatronic takes a knife and attacks the mother. The child comes to save her and says that they are friends. Mike tries his level best, but his antiques have expired. Just before they can attack him, the perimeter works again, and all the animatronics shut off. Mike then calls Vanessa to say that all of them have been deactivated. But just then, he notices that one of them is still active, and it's in Mike's house. Vanessa says that it must be the marionette, and they should immediately go there. Chica puts Abby to bed, but soon she starts to malfunction. Suddenly, Marionette comes out of there and attacks Abby. The marionette then reactivates all the animatronics again. Vanessa says that they can't find against all of them. Mike gets an idea and goes to Freddy's. He pleads the original prototypes to help him. He says that if they ever loved Abby, they will show up to save her life. Vanessa is driving, but her car breaks down. She gives up hope, but just then Jeremiah shows up there. She hops into his car and asks him to drive to Mike's house. They reach, and she immediately runs inside the house, only to find it empty. She hears a static noise coming from a past talker, but just then, a possessed Abby shows up. She runs away and hides, but Abby keeps on following her. She tries to run away, but Abby knocks her down. She is about to kill her, but just then Mike shows up and plays the music box. It affects her, and she slowly leaves Abby's body. All three of them are about to head out, but the animatronics have reached them and guard them from everywhere. Just then Michael shows up there and addresses Vanessa as his sister. Mike is stunned, and Michael says that he did everything and now he will continue his father's legacy. He tells Vanessa that she must join him as well, as that's her life's purpose. But Vanessa refuses and says that she has left that life long behind. He says that he doesn't need them anyway and orders the animatronics to kill them. They start to walk towards them, but only the original prototypes show up and destroy them. One by one, all the real ones come there and take out the prototypes one after another. Finally, Chica comes there to attack them, but gets thrashed by the original Chica. Michael tries to run away, but gets knocked out by Jeremiah. Chica then breaks down, and all the other prototypes shut as well. Abby breaks down in tears, but one of the souls comes and says that they are moving on, and Abby needs to do the same. He then says that he won't be able to stop what's coming next. But before Mike can ask what he is talking about, the soul vanishes. He takes Abby and says that they need to leave. Vanessa follows them, but Mike asks her not to. He says that she keeps lying, and he doesn't want her involved in their lives. Vanessa watches as Mike walks out with Abby. Suddenly, Marionette comes from behind and possesses Vanessa. In a post-credit scene, two guys break into the pizzeria. One of them says that they can sell all the original items on eBay. Just then, one of their friends calls and says that he has found something. He says that it's one of the original animatronics Foxy, and they can sell it for a lot of money. They put a plastic cover on top of it, but it soon activates by itself. You were watching a recap of the 2025 film Five Nights at Freddy's 2. Hit the like button if you have enjoyed the video. Subscribe to the channel and get notified about our next video. Till then, you may also like this.